garden of good creativity. Get free, be me, work it effortlessly. Do what you love and then allow the prosperity. You got this. Make good, make it your own. You know you got the power in your mind, heart, body, and soul to grow dreams, grow faith, grow you. Create authentically in the garden of good. Live, and love. In a garden, gonna dig big and trust. In the garden, gonna create, elevate, celebrate, and love. To the garden. Hey. Here we are on this beautiful planet, together, connected tonight in the Garden of Good. Welcome. I am Amy Steinberg, and this is my home in Asheville, North Carolina. This is the Garden of Good, my teeny tiny little happy office, and why we gather. The Garden of Good is here. So I reread this today, and I was like, do I need to change this? And I don't. The Garden of Good is here. First of all, let's just be here, right? Come present with me here. Whether you're watching this now or later, because you can watch it later if you want. To nourish. Nourish is like one of my favorite words. I love the idea of like nourishing, something that is nourishing creativity and connection. Ooh, there's Margot coming in. To, with contemplative, with it and connection. So creativity and connection with contemplative play. It's not just play, it's contemplative play, right? So we're flexing our mind, we're using the power of our consciousness to connect, right? And we make good. Why I call it that is because that's the title of my book, Making Good, Make Good, by showing up honestly and creating together. I was thinking, I know I'm being very, you know me, I'm very like into the words. Every word matters. That's kind of what we do is we play with words. Words are our way of communicating. And tonight, the prompt is television. So people have very strong feelings about television. Some people don't watch it at all, but it's a wonderful transmitter. And so we're going to sort of think of ourselves as the television tonight in a way. And we're going to talk about changing the channel in our lives, what channels we're on, etc. We're going to play. We're going to doodle. It's going to be great. So tonight begins June. Happy June, everyone. And it's Pride Month. I always have to presence that awareness. So happy Pride to anybody who identifies with anything or even as an ally with the gay and lesbian, bisexual, transgender allies and more. Plus, so glad that I'm gay. I don't know what I am. I'm pan. If you want to identify in the comments, proudly, please do. We welcome all people, obviously, in the Garden of Good. But June feels like, like summer is here. Summer is happening. So tonight I want you to really be here with this mind quarter. We're in the mind. So we're minding ourselves, right? Our minds do matter. And here we pay attention to that. And we do that in this way that every quarter we pick a root to do some inner work. And then we create fruits, which are outer goals. And these can be loosey-goosey. I'm noticing now in year 2 of doing this that I get a little loosey-goosey around summer because I'm feeling like my root, inner work is order. And this week has been I've been traveling. Summer, there's so much wildness that my order has been, I had to come back to it today when I was getting ready. I was like, wait, my root. I haven't even thought about my root. I've been traveling. But the fruits have been, different for every quarter for me. It could be an actual project or it could just be, a way of being in the world as expressing as that root. First things first, what is it? Kindness. It's not really, I'm not talented at kindness. If you know me really, really well, I'm sure you've seen me be a bitch. Like I'm not good at kindness. Some people are like naturally very kind. I wasn't brought up in a mean household, but just like a tell it like it is kind of household. Like kindness to me is softer, and I invite myself and you to put that first and to try to be soft in here in the garden. Kind of the way a flower blooms. It doesn't just pop, it blooms. It's soft. Edgy, divine. Oh, I see what you're identifying as. I love it. Gay girl, human. I love you guys. So gardener's choice means, just open you. So the whole purpose of this thing is joy. And to me, joy is feeling everything, allowing yourself to open yourself to whatever comes up in all the exercises we do. And everything's up to you. The choice, gardener's choice, you can do whatever you want. You can just listen and hang out, or you can do all the doodles. You can do all the singing. You can do all the things we do. Your camera is always optional. You can turn it off, but I love to see your face. We all love to see each other's faces. And when we do things where we're including everyone, I will take myself off the feature thing and we'll be more in a Zoom thing. And then I say confidential because I'm filthy and this is my space and I want to have fun. And it's a way for me. Like, I feel so conflicted about whether or not to ever get a pulpit because I just want to be me. Like, I just want to be comfortable. And that's what the garden provides for me, is to express myself and my ministry in a way that's comfortable for me, which includes words like cunt. Yeah. So let's sing. If that offends you, you might not be in the right place, but you might. So I write a chant every week for us to sing. And I like this one. It's always like a 1-4-5. Very simple, so you can sing it with me. To trigger your what? Somebody put it in the comments to show what you know. I see Martha's mouth moving. Parasympathetic nervous system. Listen, if you learn nothing else from me, it's when you sing, you get calm. It's so good. So this goes. I'm changing the channel in my mind to a frequency that helps me to be loving and kind. Easy, right? Changing the channel in my mind to a frequency that helps me to be loving and kind. Sing it with me, come on. Changing the channel in my mind to a frequency that helps me to be loving and kind. I'm changing the channel. I'm changing the channel. Sing it with me. I'm changing the channel. I can change the channel. I can change the channel anytime I can change the channel in my mind. I can change the channel in my mind. Changing the channel in my mind to a frequency that helps me to be loving and kind. Oh, I'm changing the channel in my mind to a frequency that helps me to be loving and kind. I'm changing the channel. I'm changing the channel. Make it your own now. I'm changing the channel. Now, if you can keep the regular melody, I'll do a harmony with you, and then we'll be harmonizing, which releases oxytocin in the brain. So you're doing changing the channel in my mind to a frequency that helps me to be loving and kind. I'm changing the channel in my mind to a frequency that helps me to be loving and kind. I'm changing the channel. I'm changing the channel.
I tune in tonight. I tune in and change the channel in my mind. I tune to love, joy, openness, and kindness. I'm ready to be inspired and uplifted, creative and silly. I choose to make good from my heart through my expressive, divine nature. So I'll say it one more time if you want to say it with me. I tune in tonight. I tune in and change the channel in my mind. I tune to love, joy, openness, and kindness. I am ready to be inspired and uplifted, creative and silly. I choose to make good from my heart through my expressive, divine nature.
The gift of gratitude. We get to practice gratitude together. And if you have your book, we are on page 131. And I wrote here the ultimate feel-good tool, list your fave TV shows, those you are grateful to have experienced. But instead, I don't want to do that. I want to do something else because I want to do more inquiry tonight. So instead of listing the TV shows that you love, which you can do that another day if you like, I want you to imagine that you are a television, you are a transmitter, and you send out frequencies, okay? And I want you to write these 8 things, I guess there's 8 spaces here or whatever comes to mind, of the gratitude that you have, because we're doing gratitude list, of what frequencies that you have that you're grateful for. In other words, I have a frequency of humor. Right? There's an example. Here is called Fincher Rogers, Red Astaire and Fincher Rogers. And it's a part of the Showbird series. And television is the best. I love television. I think it's delightfully astounding that it exists. It's incredible that we can watch this magic box and see anything and everything we wish to see. Sometimes there's so much to watch and I can't find enough time to see everything I want to see. And sometimes I will aimlessly wander through a million choices, unable to find the one that piques my interest. I never knew life without television. It's been here all along. So many shows and characters that I've fallen in love with. Game shows, talk shows, news reporters, the history I've watched, the banal reality TV shows, the YouTube sensations, and now the TikTok on my phone. Totally addictive. I could probably watch a little less TV, to be honest, but I don't want to. I love it. I do notice that certain television can make me feel shitty when I watch it. I can't watch murder before bed, and I don't like watching shows about jail. My partner loves that and loves to watch court TV too. I can't stand it. It makes me itch. We all have different taste. And isn't it amazing that there is so much variety? So many things to choose from now. Cooking, sports, comedy, drama, mystery, and on and on. Television brings so much good to my life. How do you feel about it? Do you have a good relationship with it, or do you stay away from it? What good can you find from your time with television, and how does TV affect your mind? So, these are just things to think about, questions about your relationship to television. But we're going to go right into a doodle, and the doodle that we're going to do. And so it'd be great if you had markers and a piece of paper, or if you're new to the garden and you didn't know you were supposed to come equipped, you can always just get a pen and a piece of paper. And this first thing we're going to do is we're going to doodle the remote of our life. Now, this is an AI rendering of my drawing. I'll show you my drawing. Sometimes I play with AI, but I try not to use it too much with my graphics. But as you can see, it took it really well. It was really cool what it did to it. And I like it that it makes it really clear to read. So this is my remote that I just sort of like was doodling about. I love to eat, play, pray, art, pause. What are the buttons that you would choose on your remote? Now, this is my remote, but what I wanted to also provide for you was a bevy of remotes to choose from that you will begin your remote doodle. The first doodle that I did in my book was this. It was just black and white. And then I did it again. You know, I always do things multiple times while I'm getting ready for the garden. So the first thing you do is pick the shape of your remote. You want it to be square. You want it to be circle. You could make your own kind of remote. My remote, I'll show you again, is sort of this big, fat, almost phone-shaped remote. But this is the remote for your life, the remote of your life. If you had a remote that you could just have in your hand to press the things that you love to do, whether it's relax, things that you could just exercise, you know, what are the things that you want to be able to access easily? And as you consider this, and your remote. There's not much guidance on color and all of that because I want you to just make it your own. And as you doodle your remote, I will give you a teeny tiny talk about this idea of television and a remote. And of course, as I was welcome back, Amy. As I was working with this remote, whenever you're playing with words, right? That remote, I couldn't help but think about so mote it be. Or do I have any pagan folks here that know what that means? So mote it be. So mote it be is like when you're saying amen, right? Or and may it be so, right? So my talk is titled So Remote It Be, because I'm a dork. Remote it be. All right. So I'm going to give you this little talk while you doodle your remote because it will get your brain working in all different ways as you doodle, as you listen, as you think about the remote of you, of your life that you wish. So, amen, let it be so. And so tonight, remote it be. Yes, it's silly play on words, but also it's kind of what we do here in the garden, right? We meaning do again, and mote, make it be. So tonight we're talking about television, and the remote is the things that we choose, right? We choose again, we reinvent, we reinvigorate, reimagine. Life is this constant barrage of experiences. And yes, we kind of get to be like, is this entertaining me anymore? Maybe I need to revisit my desires, retune my frequency. This is really important because the channels we tune into, we watch it in our own minds. Television, I'm again, I'm a fan. It's been around for about 100 years in one form or another. And early inventors, they dreamed of transmitting the moving images through the air. And then by the middle of the 20th century, families were gathering around this glowing box in their living rooms. Television changed the way we tell stories, share information, imagine what's possible. And so if you do like TV, I think it says a lot about you. Like, what are your favorite kinds of shows? Think about that. Some love mysteries, some love reality, some love comedy, romance, history, fantasy, adventure. If we look closely, our favorite shows often reveal something about us. This morning, I was working with this concept, thinking about my favorite television shows, and the first one that came up to my mind was Lost, which is really funny because I often feel sort of lost in translation sometimes. Like I have a lot going on. I feel overwhelmed or whatever. But I love Lost because it's this many different personalities and philosophy. And it was a brand new way of making television. It like upped the ante with television, if you guys remember all those years ago. And then the second show was Gilligan's Island, which was also an island. So I was like, do I want to be living on an island somewhere? But I thought, the hijinks and the humor and the personalities. And then I thought Game of Thrones. I love the costumes, the fantasy. And then my favorite one was Love Island. 3 Island. What's going on? Should I be on an island? Anyway, point is, I asked AJ her top 3 shows, and we compared them and we contrasted them, and we realized how much we can learn from each other with that. It's very, very interesting. What's fascinating about what we return to again and again, like what we are drawn to, what values we hold, what we're interested in, it's like basically our brains. Our brains are constantly creating pathways based on repetition. The thoughts we think, the stories we tell ourselves, and even the media we consume creates grooves in our awareness, right? The more often we travel a mental path, the easier it becomes to travel again. I'm going to give you an example. If I watch fear all day long, my mind can be very skilled at finding things to fear. If I watch conflict all day long, I may begin experiencing conflict everywhere. If I constantly tune into stories of limitation, I may begin to see limitations around every corner. Of course, this does not mean that we shouldn't watch the news or be informed, but it does mean that we can be conscious consumers. Sometimes the healthiest thing we can do is turn it off. Of course, turn off the television, turn off the news, step outside, look at the sky, pet the dog, these dogs that we love, call a friend, create something beautiful, come to the garden of good. Simply take a breath. Let's do it now. In New Thought, we often say that consciousness creates our experience. What we focus on tends to grow in our awareness. In a way, each of us is always holding that remote control. And some days we are tuned to the worry channel. Some days we are tuned to the comparison channel. Some days we are binge watching What If Everything Goes Wrong? Gratitude channel, creativity channel, wonder channel, compassion channel, possibility channel, love channel. The beautiful thing is that we are not just watching it. We're not just the audience. We are the writers, directors, producers, and stars of our own lives. And we may not have control of the circumstances that appear on the screen of our lives, but we do have some influence over where we place our attention and what story we choose to strengthen. So tonight we are going to explore a little bit of those television shows that we love, what they reveal about us, and how we might use our remote control for life to consciously change the channel, new perspectives. And this old school phrase, so mote it be, so may it be, may we become more aware of what we're watching, what we're rehearsing, and what we're creating. And may we choose channels that help us grow, connect, laugh, heal, and biggest of all, remember who we truly are. So tonight, I am so glad you have changed the channel, tuned in to the Garden of Good. And so it is. And so remote it be. If you had a remote control for your life, and you don't have to write the question because you'll remember the question. Just, put bullet points so this is the third question. If you had a remote control for your life, what button would you press more often right now? Pause, play, fast forward, rewind, mute, volume up, or something entirely of your own. If you had a remote control, what button would you press more often right now? Pause, play, fast forward, rewind, mute, volume up, or something entirely your own? Final question. Again, these should be just quick answers. You don't have to think too hard about it. Final question. If you could change the channel to a new experience, feeling, or quality of life over the next month, what would you tune into? If you could change the channel to a new experience, what would you change it to? What would you tune into? Or to tell you about something that we do every week, which is the affirmation card. And every week, I try to tie in my root. My root is order. If you guys want to share your roots in the comments for our new gardeners who are here, to give them an idea of what roots are, roots and fruits. And we'll talk about that more. But my root is order. So I like to connect the root to whatever we're talking about. So I choose to change the channel to remembering that all is in divine order. So, and I've been making a cart a week now for almost 2 years. So I've got my roots and fruits, and then I will invite one or two of the gardeners to share about their roots and fruits updates. So my root, as I have said, is order, and my fruit was to organize my office, organize my basement. That was the physical fruit and fruit of it. And I'm kind of like, I'm getting there. Like my basement is coming together. My office is much less cluttered. My next thing that I want to get in order in June is my closet. I want to do a clean of that. And then in order to a fruit that I really want is just keep things in order in my mind. Because it is the mind quarter. So remember to put things first, like the things I value the most, like love. Remembering when I get in fear or worry or whatever, to put my relationship first, or my animals, the things that I love, to put that in its proper order. Because if what you value the most you have in your life, celebrate that. Here is where I will just mention that this is by Love Offering. This is my ministry. So I am so grateful to receive love offerings. Anytime. You guys all have my Venmo, my PayPal. Sometimes I'll just be sitting there on like a Saturday and one of the gardeners will drop me a little love offering, and I just appreciate it so very, very much. Also, the Gardengram is something to mention, which is that we have a list of everybody's address. And if you like to send things in the mail, you can be like, I really liked what Kim shared this week, or I really like what Margot said, and I would like to drop her a little note in the mail. And so Zarina, who is amazing, just put the document right there in the comments. And if you click on that, you can add your name and your address, and you will most probably receive something from a gardener. Home play for the week. Change the channel. Okay, so change the channel DNF. What I mean is, it's okay to DNF something. DNF is like a word they use in the reading circles. DNF means did not finish. In other words, if you're watching a show, you don't got to finish that show. You can change the channel. If you are on worry, you can change the channel. If you are on sadness, I'm not saying avoid, but you can just turn towards something else, right? And something that helps is those gratitude lists that we do. Make them daily. I wrote chill. It's June, for crying out loud, when you get off work finally in summertime. Chill. It's June. Everything is resting. My cat is lazing about. It's laze time. Plant or water roots and fruits.
Allow your eyes to close if that feels comfortable, or simply soften your gaze. Tonight we've been talking about television, stories, and changing the channel. We've explored shows we love, the stories that capture our imagination, and the channels we sometimes find ourselves watching in our own minds. Now imagine that you're holding a beautiful remote control, a remote for your life. Notice its shape, its color, its weight in your hands. Perhaps there is a button for rest, a button for joy, a button for courage, a button for creativity, a button for love. Take a slow breath in and imagine yourself looking at the screen of your awareness. What channel has been playing lately? Simply notice. Perhaps it has been the busy channel. Perhaps it has been the planning channel. Perhaps it has been the adventure channel. Perhaps it's been the growth channel. Just notice what has been on the screen. Now, imagine placing your thumb gently on the remote, and with kindness, curiosity, and compassion, Choose a channel that supports you in this season of life. Maybe tonight you choose the gratitude channel. Maybe you choose the wonder channel. Maybe you choose the peace channel. Maybe you choose the creativity channel. Or maybe you choose the possibility channel. See the picture becoming clearer. Feel your body relaxing. Notice your breath deepening. Imagine a warm light filling the screen and filling your heart. A light that reminds you that you are participating in your life. You are helping to create it. You are the audience, the writer, the producer, the director, and the star. And you are the one holding the remote. Take one more slow breath in and silently ask yourself, what channel would I like to tune into this week? Allow an answer to arise. Trust what comes. What channel would I like to tune into this week? And as we close, may we remember that we always have the ability to pause, to listen, to begin again, and to choose where we place our attention. May we tune into love. May we tune into possibility. May we tune into creativity. May we tune into joy. May we tune into the highest and best within ourselves and one another. And so mote it be.
So as I close our time together from this place of awareness and joy and connectivity, I just say thank you, thank you, thank you for this time together. And may you continue to pour water on those roots and collect the fruits of your consciousness and of your forward motion. And so it is. And I will hang out here after the song, and I edit all of this, just so you know, those of you who are new, I edit out any of the personal stuff, and I just kind of connect the things that are for people to watch later. So love to all. Delete old tapes, old habits. I love that. Spaciousness. I love these comments. This is fantastic. Thank you so much for coming to the Garden of Good. I love you. Bye-bye.
Garden of Good Creativity. We get free, be me, work it effortlessly. Do what you love and then allow the prosperity. You got this. Make good, make it your own. You know you got the power in your mind, heart, body, and soul to grow dreams, grow faith, grow you. Create authentically in the Garden of Good. Give, live, and love. In a garden, gonna dig big and trust. In the garden, gonna create, elevate, celebrate. To the garden. Hey.